Okay. This is my got home from work. I need my hair out of my face hair. I need to get ready for bed soon, but this is so exciting. So this is kicking off a collab project with my friend Ashley from The Answer is Books. Obviously, will be linked down below. And essentially, we are picking a tiny little TBR for each other to read. So we're picking 2 books for each other to read. The first book we picked for each other was a book that we are outliers on and want the other person to join us in loving, ideally against the masses. So this is a book maybe that was rated low, maybe doesn't have great reviews, but we love it and we want the other person to join us in loving it. That's the first book. The second book is a book that we loved that we want the other to love. So this is just a book that we love and want everybody to love, but especially the other person to love. We just traded videos. And I am so excited to watch Ashley's video. We both got a little carried away, so hopefully if the screen recording goes right. I left my laptop at work, which is sad because I was going to try to do some editing tonight. So I'm watching on my iPad. Hopefully the screen recording on my iPad goes well. Hopefully I have Ashley's video going here as I'm watching it and reacting. So, yay! There's Ashley. Okay, let's get started now.
Hello, friends. I spent probably about 2 hours deciding on this TBR for you.
Yay.
So I really hope it works out.
Yay.
I don't want you to be miserable. I don't know if you did this for me or not, and that's totally fine if you didn't. I will read whatever you pick for me. But I did pick 2 options for each category just in case you really don't want to read the options that I picked for you. First category, the book that I'm an outlier on. Okay, so my preferred pick, if you can bring yourself to do it, I would really like you to read this one because I feel like this most represents the spirit of this challenge, and that is Book of Night by Holly Black. Now, this book currently 79,467 ratings on Goodreads, and it is at 3.54, which is not terrible. It is clearly not the worst book ever written. I mean, it's not great.
I was so not expecting this.
It's not abysmal, like my second choice is going to be. But the reason I want to pick this one is because the people who like this book, besides me, and then like one other person that I know, they're really quiet about it. They don't talk about the book. They're
nobody really talks about this
book.
So
I feel very alone in my like of this book, which I feel personally did not find its correct audience. Yeah, I feel like the people who read it wanted Cruel Prince from Holly Black, and instead they got something else, which I like very much. But if you just can't do Holly Black for some reason,
I can do Holly Black.
She's one of your
we're gonna do Holly Black.
I don't know. If there's some reason you can't read Book of Night, then my second choice for you would be The Pallbearers by Paul Tremblay.
Okay.
Yeah. This book.
That's a good choice too.
I spilled water all over it in front of Paul Tremblay. Fun story.
It's okay. I have a fun story about Johnny Compton too.
13,519 ratings. So not nearly as many people have read this as have read, which makes sense because it's a niche horror book. But it has a 3.10 rating, which is terrible. It is a terrible rating. I can sort of see why people don't like this one, but I really enjoyed it. So what this book is about is this relationship between these two people. The story is told in a really neat format where we are reading this manuscript, but at the same time we are reading it, this girl who is his best friend, she gets a hold of the manuscript and she writes in it, and she writes in the margins and she writes commentary, and that is in the margins of the book.
Wait, so it's actually read,
and then she also responds to him directly.
Oh, neat!
In the pages that are
I've
read.
Seen.
So what this does,
Kayla from Books and Lala read this and loved it. So
complicated narrative of whose version of this is real. The story completely changes depending on who you think is right. This is a story about perception and friendship and what's the truth. So anyway, people hated it, but I really like it, and I thought the ending was so good. Okay, so those are the 2 books for.
Okay,
Outline.
I'm excited.
I'm going to be much less.
I am excited for the Holly Black,
where they're my favorite books. First book that I really want you to read, and that is my strong preference for you to read, is Fool's Errand by Robin Hobb.
Okay, yes.
I dug into your Goodreads to make sure you hadn't read this one yet. and that you had read the previous 2 trilogies already.
Yes.
So that you're properly prepared emotionally for
Yes.
this book, and you are.
Okay.
And I'm sorry in advance what
Yeah.
it's going to do to you, potentially, but also I'm not sorry, and I really need you to keep going, because as much as I love Live Ship Traders, which is the trilogy that comes before this one, in the realm of the Elderlings, which is Robin Hobb's like big fantasy universe. I know Chantal knows this already, but maybe her viewers don't. This is the book where I fell in love with this series, and it is still probably my favorite of all of them, just because of that feeling.
I've heard that so
I
much.
want you to keep going, and I want you to read this, and I want you to want to watch it.
This is in my series. I want to read this year, so this is perfect.
Because you should read this at the right time. Then I have a second choice for you, and my second choice is Bunny by Mona Awad.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything about this book.
Yes.
I just want you to experience it. For
Okay.
yourself. It's on your TBR.
It
So I
is.
know you want to read it.
I own it.
I'm excited to see which ones you end up going with. Hopefully my first choice, but if not, that's totally fine. And I can't wait to watch your reading vlog.
Yay.
Thanks so much for doing this with
Okay.
me. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. So to recap, I've got Book of Night by Holly Black and Fool's Errand by Robin Hobb. I do own Fool's Errand, and I do own Bunny. So definitely going to read Book of Night and Fool's Errand. Now, like Ashley said, Fool's Errand maybe like it's one of those things where like I gotta be prepared. I know it's gonna be emotionally devastating. I just know. So I'm glad that I have a backup. I'm glad we had the same idea of having backups. So Bunny is definitely, you know, a very strong backup because I've owned that for like years and I need to read it. So, oh my God, I am so excited. I'm going to pick up Book of Night. Probably is going to be easily available at my library since, yeah, like she said, nobody has been reading it. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited to get to this. So this is going to kick off a vlog of me reading these 2 books for this project, and I hope you will go check out Ashley. She has a great channel. She reads a lot more than me. She reads a lot of variety too. So I kind of stick to like my speculative bubble. Ashley reads, you know, a lot more romance, thrillers, mystery, lit fic. She reads everything. So go check her out. And Ashley and I have actually been friends on Goodreads for a very long time. Like I want to say like something like 10 years at this point. We've just kind of been friends on Goodreads, and that's how we really know each other. So I am very excited for this. So let's go. Quick note. When you see my video sort of surrounded by, I'll have the book cover and a background, all of that video that is on that kind of background, it's all spoilers. I tried trying to do spoilers and not spoilers, but with the way my reading was going, I could not do spoilers. So fair warning, when you see the book background and my video as a smaller box, everything in those are going to be spoilers. Is this a good angle? Probably not. Today is May 3rd? Yes? Saturday, May 3rd. I am currently in the parking lot of Barnes & Noble. People are coming into the car next to me. Okay. Okay, I can see why people will get so awkward about people next to them cars. Anyways, I'm at Barnes & Noble. We're gonna buy a book. Starting the vlog. Let's go. That's two stores that had damaged or dirty versions of the book. I guess library it is. I don't know what this angle is. I just got home from doing an escape room and hanging out with my friends. We had good dinner. We walked around a very fancy mall. On my drive home, I started the audiobook for Book of Night by Holly Black. So I kind of know a little bit about what this is. Okay, what I know about this book is that it's an adult contemporary fantasy. You could call it urban fantasy. About shadow magic. And our main character is some kind of like former con artist or something. So that's what I knew going in, essentially. That was it. And so far, everything has been set up of Charlie and her life with her sister and her boyfriend, and kind of getting glimpses into her past, and maybe setting up something weird going on, but not necessarily any kind of plot yet. Still in 9% into the book, so still very early. I think at chapter 4, so still very early on. I don't know that I like the audiobook narrator though. She's fine, except she doesn't do anything to differentiate speaking voices. So, her Charlie's older lady boss sounds the same as Charlie's ex, con artist, thief boss, whatever, sounds exactly the same as Charlie's little sister, sounds exactly the same as Charlie's boyfriends, sound exactly the same as Charlie. Like, there's very, very, very little difference in speaking voice or anything. So this narrator isn't doing much acting. Not that you need to be a good actor to be a very good audiobook narrator, but I think just a little bit of attempt of differentiation between male and female voices, male and female presenting character voices would be helpful. Because so far it's kind of making everything just kind of run and blend together, which is not helping in the very start of the setup of the story. So, okay, start. Not sure I am far enough in to really give much more than, oh, there's been setup. I don't know if I like it or not yet. The writing's fine. So we'll see where it goes from here. Otherwise, I'm exhausted. I don't know if I'm going to get any more reading done tonight. I am so tired, so I'm literally just going to veg in bed and play dumb iPhone games until I fall asleep. So that's that. Saturday out. I literally just got home from work. Literally just walked into the room, sat down, and set this up. It is Tuesday the 6th. It's been a very, very long day. I had a lot of meetings today, and I had to be at the office very early to start those meetings. And I have to go to bed very soon so I can sleep and go back to work and be at work at 8 a.m. But, yeah, so set this up really quickly to talk about Book of Night. I believe I just finished chapter 13. It's about 38%. And I am so like, what are we doing here? So I have read some Holly Black in the past. I think, is it the Black Cat Chronicles or something like that? White Cat, something like that, like way back in the day. Did not touch any of the Cruel Prince stuff because that just really wasn't my jam. But, I've known about Holly Black for a very long time. I need some water. I shouldn't have sat down first. I need some water and to unwind for like 2 minutes, and then I will come back and talk. So it's interesting how Charlie's like self-sabotaging kind of personality is what's leading her down the path of kind of stumbling into whatever this weird situation thing is going on. So there's like this really like rare book, the Book of Light, that is like literally made out of silver, and the pages are stamped silver, and this vlog's gonna have spoilers. I should say that now. And we just find out by the end of chapter 13, she's attacked by, like, she makes a call calling the workplace of the guy whose body she saw. And of course that attracts attention because the dude was dead. And this guy shows up and he attacks her with his shadow magic, and her boyfriend shows up, and her boyfriend kills the dude. And it seems that he knows a lot more that's going on. In this world you can have your shadow removed, and her boyfriend actually doesn't have his shadow. And so it seems like he knows a lot more about glow mists and shadow magic and all that kind of stuff than he's ever let on. And what he has let on is 0. And Charlie is like, trying to figure out, in Charlie's mind, because she grew up as a con artist, she's like, I'm being conned. And part of also, like, one of the things about this that is really, like, I really am not okay with, and this is not a prude thing, this is a I have sisters thing, is that Charlie, there's twice in this book that they have Charlie and Vince have had sex, and I'm just like, the narrative just took us away from a conversation or a scene with Charlie's sister in the house, and then she goes off and has sex with her boyfriend. The second time they have sex is the night that they come home from her being attacked in the bar, and they have sex on the back porch on the stairs, and the sister's still awake in the house, and I'm just like, bro, what? I have sisters. No. Ew, no. Ew, David. Like, so I just spent, like, the face I'm making now is the face I was making, like, while listening to the audiobook on the drive home today. So Charlie is like, who is he? And then she ransacks their room and finds an old ID of his, and boom, he is actually the grandson of this old rich guy who owns the book that was stolen. And Charlie has like some kind of weird past with him, and she wants revenge on this old guy. And apparently the guy who Vince actually is, the grandson, is like, was thought to have died in a murder-suicide. Bodies were burned, so like it was a burned body. And now she's like, he's truly like, oh, and like, who is he? And she's been conned, and she's like upset that she was conned. Not just upset that he was lying, but upset that she got conned. Like, the con artist got conned. And I'm just like, girl. Okay, we had a past chapter where she ends up in the house of this old man, Lionel Salt, and she kind of hears, she was like 15. She kind of hears and sees like implications of like what he is doing with shadow magic, and he was gonna kill her, and he killed her mentor. Like, there are implications that they were gonna torture him and like do like weird shit with the guy's shadow. And Charlie escapes, and I'm just like, Charlie, you don't Vince is so like quiet and seems so hangdog and sad and depressed and doesn't talk about his life, and he's on the run. He doesn't use ID or credit cards or anything. He's on the run. And you don't think that maybe, I don't know, it's probably going to turn out that he was like, his rich life, his rich life as a millionaire's grandson was not all it seemed. I'm pretty sure his grandfather probably had something to do with the fact that Vince doesn't have a shadow anymore. I don't know. These are just things I'm thinking about. But does Charlie think about them? No. It's also like literally this reveal just happened. So maybe Charlie will come to these conclusions herself. I don't know. She doesn't seem that smart. She's supposed to be really smart in terms of like con artistry and thievery. But when it comes to life, no. So it is a very strange reading experience right now. And like I said, it's still only 38% in, so there's a lot of book to get through. My hold for the ebook at my library just came through, so I'm hoping that that'll help. I can speed through a lot of it that way. But dang, Charlie is so hard to read. She's very hard to read from. And I really hope things improve. I feel bad because Ashley really liked this book. And I am hoping that things pick up, like the plot and everything like that. And I'm hoping that we learn more about Vince, and as the plot picks up, it starts to temper out just how much of the story is about Charlie, and we're so close to Charlie as a character that it's just really hard being that close to Charlie as a character. The whole like vlogging thing is new, so like I don't often think this in depth about my reading as I'm doing it, but this is kind of helping actually with like trying to process what I'm reading, and it's actually kind of helping in terms of like how I'm thinking and feeling about Charlie. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, my prediction right now is that they're going to find out that Vince, his grandfather, one of his weird little experiments with quickening shadows and trying to become a glow-mist and shit is the reason that he doesn't have a shadow and he hates his grandfather and he's just staying on the run from his grandfather and he stole the book, and we'll see how it goes. Also, there's something about Charlie's shadow being weird, so Charlie's probably going to become a glow-mist. And then I bet her sister Posey, who is obsessed with quickening her own shadow, they're probably going to have some kind of fallout. I hope not, but their relationship has not been fleshed out at all, and I don't know how that's going to go. Like, it could either be that they have each other's back 100% no matter what, or this, like, if Charlie does have her shadow quicken and she becomes a glow-mist, which she probably will, it's going to drive her apart from Posey because Posey will be incredibly jealous. So those are my predictions. I need to actually change into pajamas, and I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna play a silly game. I don't have any more brain to read, so I'm gonna get in there under those blankets. I sleep under 4 blankets, for the record. And yeah, we'll check in next time. Okay, good night, bye. Hello. It is Saturday the 10th. It's finally hot. It's hot. Oh, I'm so happy. I picked up the physical book for Book of Night so I can blast through the rest of this. Read a tiny bit more. I'll do a little bit more of an update when I'm not in public, sitting in my library parking lot. But I am very intrigued by, I think the Vince stuff is going where I thought it was. So we'll see where that leads, but hoping to finish this tonight, tomorrow. And then also at my library, they have a little section for stuff on sale. So I picked up 3 Assassins by Kotaro Isaka. He wrote Bullet Train, which I liked. And then also Cackle by Rachel Harrison. I always feel like I'm going to be a Rachel Harrison girly. So I have like 4 of her books now that I need to read. But I have, okay, yeah, I keep picking them, but these were like $2 each, so I couldn't resist. So we're off for Saturday. What am I doing today? I do need to get my oil change this weekend. I don't know if I want to do that today. It's nice and hot. Let's see, we're going to Target because I gotta buy a new trash can. What am I also doing? Yeah, okay. Boring life stuff that's not as exciting as what I'm reading. So I don't know, trying this vlog thing, but my life is so boring. Is it interesting to see the minutia of someone's life? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Okay, that's enough. I hope the wind is not bad. This is what I do when it's finally summer and it's warm out. Okay, it's hot, but it's warm for me. And I can sit outside and read. Like, this is like basically half of my weekends during the summer are sitting under a nice big tree in this quiet park that nobody really comes to. Like, I have this whole like cute picnic setup that just lives in the trunk of my car. And I am just gonna dig into this for about another hour until my husband wakes up. He works nights, so he's sleeping right now. When he wakes up, I will head home and try to finish a tiny bit of filming that I need to do to finish my April? Yeah, it's May now. My April monthly wrap up. Hopefully get that up. So yeah, so I'm gonna get a little bit of sun right there. I'm gonna stick my legs there. My legs are very pale. And yeah, it's a good day. I do have water, don't worry, it's over there. I don't know who like set it up in the store, but I went to the dollar store, grabbed like this 1 liter bottle of water, and whoever set it up, like, they froze it. So it's like there's a chunk of ice in here, which is perfect for how hot it is. I think it's like 90 today in Southern California. I love it. Okay, we're gonna read. On page 239, chapter 28, Charlie, just a lot of stuff happened. But one thing that strikes me and has continued throughout the whole book from the start, I never really mentioned it yet, is Doreen. When she goes to Charlie to help find Adam, and that's what kicks off all of this. Like, Doreen's hate for Charlie is like, why are you going to her? Why are you doing any of this? Like, are you that desperate to... and the way she constantly calls Charlie the devil and that she is awful and ruins everything she touches, and yet Charlie still takes the job because... like, I know this is supposed to tie into a lot of the, like, self-destructive, self-hating part of Charlie, but what the fuck is up with this Doreen character? Like, I just don't get it. Like, Charlie just found Adam dead, literally with his chest caved open and blood all over the place, and Doreen shows up and like blames Charlie and blah 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 blah, and it's like, what the fuck? And like, yeah, sure, it's consistent with how Doreen has been written this whole time, but she's been written fucking weirdly from the start. So much of this is like, shit is just happening to make it happen. Like, I don't fully believe any of this. None of these people seem like real characters. None of these people seem like real people. I don't believe any of this. And I was into like unraveling what Vince's deal was, but I don't care anymore. I thought I could turn around on my feelings on this, you know, once we learn more about Vince and unravel more of this, but nothing is happening. Literally nothing is happening. I want to like this, but I need to admit, I am like almost, I am pretty much 30 chapters into this, and the book is, I'm sure I have like a fifth of it left, and finished. Interesting. I am gonna have to say 2.5 stars, which for me, 2 stars is it was okay, 3 stars was liked it. There's a lot of great ideas here, like incredibly great ideas, the shadow magic, the cabal, stuff like that, but they felt kind of half-baked, or they felt like Holly Black knew what world she was writing in, but maybe Charlie wasn't the vessel, the character to write this world through. It's so odd to figure out how I feel about this book. Like, the ending, the whole climax, that was cool. The way things end with Charlie and Vince. Oh, I should have cottoned on to the fact that Vince was actually Red, and Remy has been dead this whole time, actually dead this whole time, especially when we get that whole fake fairy tale story about the man in his shadow. I should have known that Vince was actually Red, the shadow, but that was a nice surprise. And that was a really cool idea, but it kind of felt like, where did it come from? Like, yeah, there was the shadow story, like the fairy tale, but how did we learn that? Because Lionel Salt left the book for her in the Rolls Royce when she was leaving his meeting the first time. Why would he leave the book for her? We just happened to get that book with the fairy tale for her to read the story of the shadow to give us a clue. But why was that left for her in the first place? Like, that's how so much of the story felt. Like, there are all these cool ideas, and to get to all these cool ideas and the story Holly Black had in her head, it was just leaps and just kind of leapfrogging logic and story momentum. And I wanted to like Charlie, I really did, but it's really hard to like a character who is so self-destructive, and I have to say, it is unique to have a character who is so self-destructive and like embraces that, but it's really hard to read a character who feels that way all the time and acts through that all the time. And yeah, she's got a lot of damage from her childhood and the way she grew up and the career that she had, but it felt like there was no character growth. Like, maybe I would say the only character growth would be the ending, but even that is framed as Charlie Hall always makes bad decisions, so here's another great big bad decision that she's gonna do together with Vince. Like, wow, that is such an unsatisfying character arc for this character that I couldn't hardly like or connect to in any way. Also, like, Posey just has Charlie's actual shadow now. I guess there's book 2, and Vince picking up. Okay. Yeah. So Ashley, I am really sorry that I didn't like this as much as you did. But I'm glad that you picked it for me, because I wouldn't have read it on my own. And like, I think there was so much promise here with the story, with like the story itself, the world itself, but I feel like Charlie maybe wasn't the character to tell the story, and there really wasn't like any, like, this, like the way the story is told, the way the movement flowing through the story felt really jerky and haphazard. But anyway, so yeah, that is Book of Night. Wow, okay, so I guess next I have to start the first book of the Tawny Man trilogy, which is the 3rd series in the entirety of the Realm of the Elderlings. So I need to be ready for depression. On this sunny day, I'm going to start Tawny Man tonight. So yeah, that was Book of Night. Book 1 of this reading vlog, this what's the word I'm looking for? Collab with Ashley is done. My hair looks so crazy. This is what happens when it's summer and it's hot out and I drive with all my windows down because I love it. Although, did not realize today that it actually ended up being 99 degrees out. So, I think that's something like 40 C or something like that. So yeah, even I ended up at a certain point, I ended up driving with the AC on. And then I came home And of course the AC is on because it's 99 degrees out, and I'm home for about 15 minutes and then I get cold. And part of the reason why I like driving with the windows down is that I really hate AC. I probably have, some issues with my iron content, maybe a little bit of anemia because I'm always cold. I'm a lizard. I have lizard blood. I am lying in the sun coming in from our balcony windows because I have lizard blood. I have a sweatshirt on. I have fuzzy socks on. I'm cold. And that's just what AC does to me. So all that is to say that is why I look like this. Update. I got home. Husband and I had tacos for dinner. It was like 5 o'clock. We'll probably snack on something. I started this and I realized this is Fool's Errand by Robin Hobb. This is book 1 of the Tawny Man trilogy. This is the second book that Ashley picked for me, the book where a book she loves that she wants me to love too. I do love Realm of the Elderlings. I love Robin Hobb. I got 58 pages into it and I realized, y'all, I saw Thunderbolts last night after work and I can't be in this headspace right now. I can't. I love Fitz. I love this world, but I cannot be in this headspace right now. Period. So unfortunately, I am going to have to go to the backup. So unfortunately, because I really did want to read this, but it is just really bad timing right now. Pausing. Can't be in this headspace right now. I love it. I love being back in here. But that love is a very shaky love at the moment because it's a little too much. So we're going to pause, putting this aside. And the backup is Bunny by Mona Awad. I am very excited actually to read Bunny. I have obviously been wanting to read it for forever because it's been Bunny. I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I don't know. Have I been waiting for the right moment? I don't know. This is actually a brand new copy because I have owned a copy of Bunny for many years, but there was a situation and quite a selection of my books got peed on by a dog. And I did not realize that my copy of Bunny was one of them until I pulled it out, and there was some remnants of it on that, so I had to recycle that book, unfortunately. So this is a brand new copy of Bunny. It's pink. It is. I don't know what to expect from this because all I know is that it takes place at this MFA program for creative writing, and our main character, she's been like outside of the rest of her cohort, who are a group of like 4 or 5 girls who call each other Bunny and act very close and very similar, and then they finally invite her in. That's literally all I know, and all I know is that people go crazy about the ending. I don't know what could possibly, like, is it culty? Is it magic? Is it like does Cthulhu rise from the oceans? Like, I have no idea what to expect, but I am very excited to go into this. I'm still sad that I can't do Fool's Errand right now, but I cannot do this. So weird shit it is. Let's go with Bunny. Also, like, I don't know about you, but these shits are crack. I can't stop eating them. Somebody needs to take this away from me. Said I would start Bunny yesterday, but guess what? I get this part of my personality where I think about something and that's all I want. I can't get it out of my head. And I love my nails, but I thought, I don't want acrylics anymore. I need to take these off. And I couldn't get out of my head for the entire week. The only reason I still had them on yesterday was because I just didn't have time after work each night to spend the time to take them off. And last night I finally sat down and did it. So no acrylics anymore. Give my nails a couple of days and then I will do some polish. But to say, when I say that it takes time, I watched 4 episodes of Invincible season 1 for the first time last night while I was doing this. I do it by hand. I don't have a nail drill or anything like that. I do it literally by hand. Invincible, it got me good. I knew some like vague character traits, I would say, from vague like internet osmosis. But yo, they got me good. When episode 1 ended, I literally had to go downstairs and just like stare at my husband, and I told him that I finished episode 1 and he was like, oh yeah. Yeah, so try not to keep watching Invincible. Starting Bunny tonight. Hopefully you're gonna finish Bunny pretty soon. I want to get through this pretty quickly, so we are going to hyper focus in on Bunny. My husband said he would do my laundry tonight, so I don't have to do that. I don't have anything else, chores or anything for the rest of the night, so we're just gonna read Bunny. Okay, Bunny. Oh, also, if I have put this together in some kind of vlog format, we had a very nice Mother's Day today. We went to a winery, did some wine tasting. I did not drink a lot. I did sips of wine tasting, but I usually drive home. I'm not a big alcohol drinker anymore. So, but it was really nice. We took my mother-in-law to this winery, so it was her kids and partners, and we just had a very, very, very nice afternoon. So that is what we did today. It was still hot, and apparently the weather's going to go down and then go back up, and I can't stand this roller coaster weather. Just stay hot or stay cold. My allergies can't take it. But we are surviving. So, yeah, Bunny time. I am in the middle of doing errands for work, and I've been listening to Bunny. Luckily, I was able to get the audio. Like, honestly, since signing up for the LA Public Library at the LA Festival of Books, it's been even better, like, selection. Anyways, I was able to get like a lucky like 7-day loan of Bunny audio. So I've been listening to it, and I know that Bunny is weird. So I've been I've been like on my tippy toes trying to figure out what kind of weird it is. And I'm at the scene with like the party where they're kind of like prom-ish, and all the guys show up wearing black leather gloves, and then Rob Valentino from Samantha's high school shows up, and he's always saying her full name, and he's acting like he is like a pod person. Like, what is happening? Is it aliens? Is it like a like hive mind? Like, what the fuck is going on? He said no need for eye water when she was crying. What is happening? What is going on? What? Why are these men eating these girls' clothes? What is happening? I'm only like 25% in. What the fuck? What in the absolute fuck just happened? Explode? Hello? Okay, my second errand is done. I'm about to head back home to work. That was a lot that just happened, but I don't know what's going on at this point. Maybe I'm thinking some kind of hive mind thing, and then all those men were like rabbits, the bunnies, and that's why his head exploded, and also why he was talking like the bunnies were like saying out loud all the bunnies' thoughts and stuff. So that's where I'm going, some kind of weird hive mind, and the girls made those men out of bunnies, like their dream men or whatever. So yeah, What the fuck? It's only 30% in. What the fuck? Breaking for lunch. Yes, I'm sitting in my car eating my lunch just to get out of the office. If you hear a bunch of crows and ravens and stuff, ignore it. There's a crow-raven gang war happening in the tree outside our office. I'm not gonna go into it, but I'm Team Raven. Bunny. Oh boy. Yeah, so shit is happening, and the way Samantha has been folded into the bunny group is like what I expected, but also not what I expected, because it's just done so well. So I'm really deep in the thick of it, where the narrative it's switched to a we point of view, which I really like and find really great as a way to show how she has been indoctrinated into the bunnies. The audiobook narrator is fantastic, but since I'm on my lunch, I have my copy here. So I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna read. I have about 30 minutes left. Yeah. Bunny! Holy fuck! Quick update. Just got home. Between the audiobook and reading the book during lunch, I'm on chapter 23. I still don't know where this is going. There's still so much book left, and I have no idea where this is going, and I love that. Another prediction I do have is that as soon as there was that moment when Samantha was like deep in the bunny hive mind, and they talked about, I think it was probably Kira, I think one of the bunnies, driving out, Kira or Caroline, driving out to like abandon their hybrids. And I was like, oh, all these side little mentions of the town being super dangerous, and now that it's winter break and Samantha is I think she's sick, she's feverish, and tidbits of news about how violence has like gone up, like are the serial killer decapitating people, those are the abandoned hybrids, right? That's my theory. Yeah, I am going to change and put on some nail polish. Well, I gotta put away laundry, put on nail polish, and I'm pretty much just gonna be listening to Bunny and then reading Bunny, and it's just gonna be Bunny for the rest of the night, because I gotta know where the fuck this is going. This shit has me questioning, is Ava real? I don't even know anymore. I want to say one thing that I'm kind of getting from this with Samantha, and even more so now that we are post bunny hive and winter break, and I just finished the scene where she runs into that guy in the expensive store and Ursula, and Samantha, like, and I think if this is this is so masterfully done with her character in this, is that she ascribes so much negativity to the people she's talking to, as in the way she believes that everybody thinks of her so negatively. Like, this whole conversation with Ursula could have just been like a genuine, Ursula is a professor who wants to have a Christmas dinner, a Christmas night for students who don't have families to go home to. But Samantha sees it through a lens of pity, the sad little sad girl. And either could be true, but Samantha seems to see the world through that lens, or she believes the world sees her through that lens. And that is just the way that has permeated this whole story, created the way that she fell in with the bunnies, and the way she has kind of just isolated herself. It's so well done, and it's done in a way that doesn't feel forced or overwritten or overwrought. Like, it's so well done in her narrative, Yeah, I'm so impressed with that, and I really like Samantha, and I just want to shake her. And I'm still not sure if Ava is real. I'm not sure if the new boy is real. I'm not sure if he is a bunny or not that she imagined up. I still have no idea what's going on. I still have no idea what could possibly fucking happen from here. I think I'm like 70% in. There's still 4 hours of this audiobook. I'm just eating my chocolates and playing a match 3 game while I listen to this while waiting for my laundry. This is so good, but what the fuck is going on? Let's go. Let's just continue going on. An old woman on the bus just happens to be reading off a poster of symptoms of schizophrenia. Does Samantha have schizophrenia? Is any of this real? Why? I love that this is making me question literally everything. Every single thing. I question it. I don't believe anything. I know this is a similar refrain. But what the fuck is going on? What is happening? So, Max, whoever he is, Samantha's bunny, is he not, is setting something up, and the bunnies have all, like, separated, and Caroline has scars, and what the fuck is going on? What is happening? Oh my god, the art school is called Warren. Isn't a Warren a bunny home? What is happening? What is happening in this fucking book? I don't know. Just had the weird scene with the bunny versions of her professor and advisor, and I don't know what's going on. This. What? Ava is a swan. I had an inkling. I knew she wasn't real or something. But oh my god. I don't even know what this is going to look like when I stitch it all together for this vlog. Oh man, this is a lot. I fucking knew that stag was something. Oh boy, what the fuck is this book? I have no idea how I'm going to talk about this. No fucking idea. That last line. Oh my god. Oh my god. What? What? Oh my god. Okay. I need a moment to get my thoughts together, and then I will do a quick thoughts. Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck? Okay. This is because I'm getting ready for bed. My melatonin is starting to kick in, so we're gonna zoom through basic thoughts. Wow. I'm gonna give this 4.5. And the reason why I'm giving it 4.5 and not like a full 5 stars is because, don't take this the wrong way, okay? But I kind of hated this ending, but not in a way where I hate it, like, it's so hard to explain. I hated the ending, but in a way where I can totally, absolutely appreciate it, see where what the author's doing with it, see where Mona Awad was going with the ending. I hated it in the way where my brain is conditioned to want a sort of like typical wrap up of an ending. And yes, this did wrap things up, but that last line did so much to unravel any sense of closure that you may have had. Yeah. Wow, this angle is awful. Wow. This is so well written, and as I have mentioned before, probably in a clip somewhere that I put in here, Samantha as a character and everything she's going through is so well realized, I think. And I think part of why I didn't like that ending is because I don't know. I just feel so dissatisfied, but I feel like that's intentional, maybe? I don't know. And now I can see why people have the reaction they do to this book. I understand now. Also, I think when I first started, I said I have no idea what was going on in here. Like Cthulhu could be rising up for all I knew. There are a lot of Cthulhu mentions in here. That was completely intentional. I had no idea. There are a lot of Cthulhu mentions in here. Samantha's imagination stemming from her sheer loneliness leading to all of this. But then the bunnies, but I don't get it, but also I get it. But also, what the fuck was going on? What is real? What is not? Part of me thinks that this is all just, this entire book is Samantha's thesis. Like, I could, like, fucking, like, Saint Elsewhere type ending where I was half expecting that this was all going to be just Samantha's thesis in the end. That would have been a horrible ending, but that's the vibes that I'm getting. Or I was getting. I don't know that I liked the last bit with Max as much as I did, you know. There's so much here. There's so fucking much here. But I will say this is so well written. Like, this is stunningly well written to the point where I was devouring it. Actually, I think I literally read this in 24 hours. Even with working all day. What the fuck else do I say about this fucking book? It's Bunny. I don't know what else to say. Yeah. 4.5 stars. Incredibly well written. Really compelling read. Yeah. I loved it. I want to say, like, what was the point of that scene towards the end where the bunny versions of her professor and advisor show up, but like, who created them? Was it her? Was it the bunnies? It has to be Samantha, because Samantha is the one who, like, she created Max and Ava, possibly Jonah. Did she not? I don't know. This book has been so good about making me question the reality of everything happening in it. Yeah, this is useless. I really don't know what else to say about this book. Bunny, it was great. All right. End of vlog. That was actually a lot of fun. Obviously, as you can see, I didn't have the best time with Book of Night, but I am still glad I read it because it still scratches like this itch I have for contemporary urban fantasy. And like, I liked like the core concepts. I really liked the idea of the shadow magic and how all of that, like the secret cabals and shit like that, like I like that. But like I said, I wasn't sure that I quite liked Charlie being the vessel for the main character for everything, for like the whole story coming through her. So I actually, now that I've had a couple of days between me and the book, I am actually very curious about book 2. So I think I am going to get it from the library and read it, see where it goes, especially where this ended. Where this ended was actually really cool. It subverted my expectations a little bit, some of my predictions. So even though I gave it a 2.5, I am still very curious, and I think I will pick up book 2 at some point. Not the best reading experience, but still enough that I am going to check out book 2, which is pretty rare. And then, sadly, could not do Fool's Errand just because of where I was mentally, emotionally. So my bookmark is still in here. I am going to come back to this, and I will vlog it. I will say that I owe Ashley a vlog for this one. So I am going to vlog this. Maybe I'll vlog reading the entire trilogy. And then because I didn't read Fool's Errand, I did the backup, which was Bunny. And as you just saw, what the fuck is this book? 4.5 stars. So glad that I finally read this and I finally get it. And just in time for the sequel to be announced. So I am very curious about where the sequel is going to go, what themes it's going to take and explore. Very, very, very curious. Thank you, Ashley, for this collaboration. It was a lot of fun. Please, 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 please go check out Ashley and her video. See the books that I picked for her. And go subscribe. Go subscribe to Ashley. She's really cool. She reads a lot of books. You're gonna enjoy what she reads. Yeah, that'll do it. Thank you for coming along this first vlog project journey, and I will catch you next time. Bye.